What up, you lab rats? This is episode 85. Today we're talking about WordPress and why we chose it. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the lab. This is the Lab Rat Dailies, the in-between show of the main show on the Get in the Lab podcast. As always, I am joined by my dope ass co-host.
That's right, man.
Dre.
Dope. What an
What up, Dre?
endorsement. What an endorsement. Dope. I'm dope.
So dope. So dope. So dope.
That's right. I
Hey
am
man,
dope.
thanks
Check
as
me
always.
out.
You know, I gotta give a shout out always for keeping me accountable to do Good Shit Friday together, and it's always a great dynamic. And people always tell me, hey, you guys got a really good dynamic. You guys have a good chemistry, and so I gotta thank you publicly for bringing your energy on the show and making the show better. So. Props to you, dude.
Thanks, man. Same to you. Hey, I see it in the comments as well, and people like it. I think it's great. They say it's good energy. It's a good change of pace.
Energy.
Good change of pace
shit.
for Friday.
Yeah.
That's right. Good shit Friday.
Well, yeah,
I like it, man.
yeah.
I'm so glad you invited me on the show every Friday. I really appreciate it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have reached out my hand if you didn't reach out your hand, so I appreciate it. It's all good over here.
Thanks.
So, as y'all may know, I just came back from Podcast San Diego. It was a one-day podcaster event for beginners and, super, super experts and established podcasters. And it was amazing. And actually, the sponsor of the whole thing was WordPress. And we're not endorsing WordPress by any means. We're not getting paid for this mess right here. But as content creators, we were talking about, Dre, what's the best blogging platform that we use, and we got to talking about WordPress. So let's get into the episode and talk about why we chose WordPress, so that maybe someone out there can see, well, if I'm in the same kind of line and thoughts and needs, WordPress might be the best thing for me as far as what it can do. So why are you on WordPress, Dre?
I chose WordPress for mainly SEO. I mean, it is a SEO workhorse. Google and WordPress seems like it's one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel that any other sites or any other websites or do-it-yourself type sites really doesn't get that SEO kick.
Well, WordPress is do-it-yourself.
Oh, any other SEO,
Oh, any other, yeah.
any
Sorry.
other
Sorry.
type, do-it-yourself build site doesn't get that SEO punch, that really goes into WordPress. And I like that.
Yeah.
That's number one. And number two, I really like the, is it the uniqueness of it? Not necessarily being unique, just the thousands, let's put it this way, the thousands and thousands of templates that's out there. There's really not one site that looks like the other. It used to be a long time ago, when you had the built-in, people will pick one of those 5 that come with it.
Yeah.
If you pick that, you look like a lot of...
It still comes with those 5, I think.
Okay, yeah. So
They're
those
just
are not
upgraded
unique.
versions.
But you know what? Those are good as well. But if you go actually purchase a template, you can get a lot of power out there. It has
So what would...
Go ahead. I was gonna say it has its pros and cons. Templates ain't the best. I guess it's the true best if you know how to code, but who knows how to do that?
Nobody needs to know that stuff anymore. Unfortunately, you really don't need to know that anymore. And a lot of coders are like, man, I went to school for this, and now nobody's even using it. Nobody wants this skill, and that kind of sucks. But so, what would you classify yourself as far as if people are trying to relate and see what are your needs for WordPress besides SEO? You're a photographer, right?
Right.
So, and what else are you doing with WordPress?
Just something to show my portfolio. When I was out picking a template to use, because that's what I use. Can we know which one you're using? Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't even know.
Can you share it?
Can we put it in the description?
Yeah, let's put it in the description.
Because I don't really know what it's
interested.
called. It's the photographer's something.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
The photographer's blog, something like that. I don't want to mislead you. But for the most part, when I'm looking through, I'm looking on what's gonna be clean and display my portfolio well. because you know, when someone is looking for photographers, they're looking for what kind of, you know, all that other stuff. I went to college and I shot 4 years, and my family, I got a pet dog. That's nonsense, man. When people are looking for photographers, they want to see what you can shoot. It's so important. Who cares where you came from? Who cares if you got a dog named Lucky? What do your pictures look like?
You're so mean. I want to know that.
Really, you know,
we don't care about your dog named Lucky. Dang, that's cold, dude.
Hey, I'm just being real. I mean, come on. You want to, you looking at a photographer.
Okay, so now this begs the question, you know, is the portfolio trumping the brand? And I can now step in and be like, you know, the portfolio is very important.
Right.
You gotta have chops, right? Can you do work? But at the same time, I feel in our industry, in the wedding industry, that it's hard to come across work as far as a client.
Right.
As a photographer, sure, you can tell the difference between quality and photos. But if we have not taken the steps as photographers to educate our clients to explain why the quality of this photo or how this photo was taken, was captured, now you're kind of, I guess what I'm trying to say is you haven't educated the client or the customer to really value between this portfolio and this portfolio. To them, it's really not that different. That's what we're kind of seeing. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. Like, obviously, you'll get a feel of what's a bad photo and what's a really great photo.
Right.
But now people are getting really skilled. The cameras are getting more affordable. You can do more with filters and actions and shit like that.
Right.
And you can cover up the mistakes of a newbie photographer, kind of, right?
Right.
I mean, but only the skilled eye can tell all that stuff. You and I can tell. Customers who are not in this world of tech and stuff like that, they won't know the difference. So how else are you going to sell your service, your brand, beyond a good portfolio? And like you were saying that too, Dre, in one of your videos, you were like, you know, I sell more than just my photos. I sell the experience of me taking your photo.
That's right.
So I got you, dude.
But the number one thing is the photo. Even that, you know, you gave me some consultation on my website, and you said you went right to it. If you want to see it, it's envymeimages.com. And as soon as you typed it in, you was like, dude, where's your pictures?
Yeah, dude.
You see what I'm saying? Even you.
Okay, yeah.
Like, hey, so where's your pictures? I need to see the portfolio right here, you know. And I was like, well, you gotta click
what
this.
they expect,
you gotta click
right?
that.
Yeah.
So I did a little fine tuning. I got about halfway between what you said and where I had it.
Cool. I'm gonna take a look at that, and then we'll probably do some overlay of that. You know, trying to mix it up and do some B-roll as we talk about these sites. And but the portfolio is important, right? I don't want to get into a riff about that.
And that's just for photographers, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might have something else. You might be a cook or, well, I guess you want to see some food pictures. But if your business is about food and food, if your business is about showing pictures of work, pictures will be pretty important.
It should be, the focus is on the work. However, I would start to invite photographers to think, how else are you going to separate yourself from the pack besides your portfolio? Because unless your work is like crazy high production, and this is not to diss anybody's work, but like our work, for example, is comparable to others that we think are not that great, but to the customer it's comparable.
Right.
And they're coming to us because maybe they've seen us on the podcast. Maybe they read an article that we really like, or we talk about marriage.
Yeah, because they like you.
Engage with people on social. So like we have to use everything else as well, because it's getting more competitive. I don't really see it as competition, but there's always going to be price shoppers out there. So how else are you going to market your stuff and be seen? Right. Anyway, I don't know. I think we got off topic, man.
Yeah, we did. We went on a little... whatever you want to call
that.
That's all right.
Whatever
that was.
No, that's cool. I think that's still valuable information. Like if you're, a photographer and you have a site, that's something to think about. And you have a brand, that's something to think about. That's what we go through every single day. How to be seen.
Right.
But Dre, you told me about, or I don't know who told me. I think you told me, but Google is going through an update, right, on April 21st, and
Okay.
if your site is not mobile ready, they will dock you in your page rank. So, is your site mobile ready, man?
Yes, it is. I didn't know
Awesome.
that, but good thing it's
It
mobile
is.
ready. And
Sweet,
it looks
sweet.
good on the phone. Actually, I
It
was
looks good,
impressed.
okay.
I was impressed. I didn't even know. When I was looking for a template or what to use, I had no idea to think mobile. It just happened to work out. So thank you. I'm glad it
Okay,
did.
that's a really good one.
Right.
So what? People are okay. They're on board. Say they're on board. We're assuming you guys are on board with the WordPress thing. Now you got to pick a theme. Okay, so let's kind of go through the things of what we look for when we're picking a theme. I think this will be more important than what we riffed about earlier. I think we can take that thingy out and kind of turn it into something else. But
Okay.
what do you look for in a theme, and how does? Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, because like I look for a number of things when I'm looking for a theme now, because I've been through so many, and you don't want to waste your money, right? Especially when you're first starting out. Like some themes can be like $65 or something like that, and you're like,
Right.
do I really need that? Well, let's find out. So Dre, what do you look for in a template?
The number one thing that I look for is just clean. I want to see clean. I don't want to see a whole bunch of
What
clickable.
does clean mean?
Clean mean good contrast.
I mean, I know what it means, but
White on, no junk, no, clickable this, that, ads, just no confusion, just white,
okay.
most in a white background for the most part. White, black, good contrast, a lot of clean space, like Google's homepage. Google.com says a search bar, right? I want something like that, what I'm trying to say, and that's it.
Yeah.
No
Gotcha. I
flashy, no
agree.
spinning things, no, you know how some websites can get crazy, and you don't even know what
crazy.
to. You can't even find a
You
search
crazy.
box. You can't find the menus. You don't know what to click on. That's dirty, and clean is the opposite of that.
Gotcha. I agree.
Yeah.
One thing that I really look for now that I've been through a couple, because I do everything myself. Like this is besides like hiring somebody to design it for you, and you guys are doing a template. But I look at the back end. Like, what does the dashboard look like? Because I'm not a pro or anything, and I need shit to just be like simple for me. Like I want it to be able to do a lot, but then to do those things, like it shouldn't be like you trying to input short codes into the page and then you have to like look back and see what it did, like that's dirty to me. So a clean like dashboard in the back end, like how do I change the logo? Is that easy?
Right.
How do I change the background color? Is that easy? And like the more options that it gives me in the back end, like this new theme that I switched over to called X theme, no affiliation or anything. Everything in the back end's pretty clean. I have only a few like major criticisms, which I made in a previous video, but it was relatively easy to design something that I really liked. It was clean, a lot of white space, and utilizing the white space of the site like completely. So no dead space, right?
Right.
Only like on the side or whatever. And so I really look for that. Like that's a big one. Otherwise, it's a headache trying to get it to look like what you want it to look like.
Sometimes though, to look at that back end though, don't you have to purchase it?
No, so that's the thing too. Like when you're looking through, say, ThemeForest, right, and they got a
Right.
shit ton of templates on there. The first thing I go is I look at all the site. I'll look in the description, and then the top-notch templates that are usually you have to pay for. They're going to show you screenshots of the back end, right?
Right, okay.
Of the dashboard and stuff like that. So I always look for that. And the one that I use for my personal site called Valenti, I
Right.
found that through ThemeForest too.
Okay.
They had a really nice back end as well, like as a means of how to change things up and how I get those boxes everywhere, whatever. That they show you all that in screenshots. So I like
Right.
that, yeah, to be able to
Um,
see it.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
one of the things that I also like to look for, I don't know, it's probably actually number one before I actually start looking at what it is the reviews. I want to see.
Oh yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see people not having problems with the particular theme, because I'm not the one to sit there and fix it. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, I can't use it. So I want to see people in there that have no problems. I want to see like a 4.8 out of 5, something really high in reviews, and a lot of people, use it. Yeah, I don't want
True
want
that.
thousands or hundreds of thousands. Then I'll start looking like other people. But Yeah, so I want a lot of people to purchase it. I want to see high reviews and marks. And then I'll click on it and say, hey, do I like that? So that's actually number one. I have to change it because that is the con of WordPress. So you got the pros and cons. It's just, it takes some work. You're going to have some knowledge, and my nose is killing me, man. It's just itching.
Well, to add on to that.
Yeah, you gotta have some knowledge in HTML or whatever the language is. You just can't do drag and drop like Squarespace or other similar websites to that. So, and that's one of the reasons why I guess Squarespace is getting a lot of popularity these days, because it's just a drag and drop kind of platform. And if you don't know how to do anything, you know, that site is for you. But at the same time, you know, I don't necessarily like what the SEO brings on those sites. This is all hearsay, or at least my opinion, because I want some WordPress power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, WordPress got the SEO juice.
Yeah,
but, you know, to add on to the reviews, I will often read the comments, because, like, any theme that is made through some developer, whatever, how awesome they are, even like the X theme that I use, I'm checking out the comments. Because if people are writing in a lot of comments, but they're not being answered in a timely manner, I'll look at the time as well. I'll also look at the date of the comments, because, like, say you want to buy this awesome theme, and you go look at the comments, and it was awesome too, right? Awesome comments, everybody's replying, but it was back in like 2013. Like, don't get that one, because now obviously the support had fallen off somewhere. It's not current, it's not relevant, and it's probably not up to date with WordPress, and it's going to have a lot of hiccups. So like these little things that you need to pay attention to when you're deciding to get a template or choose a template, looking at the comments and seeing how responsive they are in the support, and were the issues resolved. So I'll take some time to read through it, and it's a kind of annoying to read through comments, but it takes it's probably best that you research. That's just part of the research, right? So another thing with I wanted to add on too, like, yes, I've used Squarespace, and I really tried to make it work for me. But SEO is a big part of our main business, the wedding photography business. So, like, we need to be seen, and it didn't provide that power, and it doesn't provide a lot of flexibility. Like, if that's the template, that's the template, you know. I really like templates that are like, this is the template, and this is all you can do with this template, within this template. And so you're not necessarily starting from scratch, you know. And even the X template, they had this plugin called the front end editor, and for the most part it worked until it didn't, but that was drag and drop too. So, like, there are ways, you know, there are ways to get around your
I saw that video you did with that. That was kind of neat. Even though I was like, oh shucks, that doesn't work for you. That does. So you looked a little mad.
I'm trying to like put it out there, like, you know, so that they fix it, because it's a really great plugin, but it got buggy. So, like, if they fix it, it's wonderful. It's wonderful when it works. But yeah, it's called it didn't work. I think it was made by WP Bakery or something. So that's a shout out to you to fix that shit. All right. So what else do you look for in a template, Dre?
That's about it for the most part. If I can get it clean, you know, and as long as people don't have problems with it,
it's mobile ready, you know.
Yeah, mobile ready, of course. Now, that's about it for the most part, and maybe a little different. You know, when I click on it, I don't want to have seen that around. You know what I mean?
Seen it,
yeah, just a little uniqueness, and I guess like Squarespace. I don't really want to talk about it too much, because we're talking about WordPress. But like, I know immediately when I type in somebody's URL and it's a Squarespace site. You know, it's like, because even though they say they have thousands of designs or whatever, they all seem to look the same. Do you notice that?
Yeah, that's true. It was really hard to put my spin on the templates, because you know, just put your little extra spin, your little flair to know, like, this is my place, this is mine. And I think it still says made by Squarespace at the bottom too. Like, I hate that. You got to be able to edit your footer and have it say whatever you want it to say, and not freaking pay $60 or some shit. Flow themes. So, like, I think that's retarded. Some people just trying to nickel and dime you. I'm like, come on, dude. Come on.
But bottom
That's
line,
why I really love the X theme.
Yeah, but whatever works for you, you know. I mean, that's the bottom line. If
Yeah, I mean that's why we chose these. So.
Yeah, the big con with WordPress, you got to know a little bit about something. But
yeah, you do.
You could pick a theme and pay some. Yeah, but you could pick a theme and pay someone to hook it up for you. You know, you can find there's a whole bunch of websites where people will do things like that for you with it. It's on the cheap. So you know, there's different things you got to do, but you got to remember that these website is your door. I mean, everything now is done online. We find everything online, and it's your door for business, or am I using the right terminology?
I use the word home.
Yeah, it's your home, and you want it to open. You want people to open up and go, "Ooh, what a lovely home."
That's true. That's true. I want people to be like, "Dang, this home is dope." That's what I want people to say when they come to get Lab.
Or do you want to be like, "Oh, this home looks like everybody else's home." You ever go into a house that looks like everybody else's house? You're like, yeah, bathroom's over there, kitchen's over there. I know you're home. You're just not excited about it. You want to
just show myself.
Yeah, you want to be unique. You want to be excited about it. Go, oh wow, look at that. Oh, granite countertops. Oh, that's man. Awesome. Yeah.
True that. Get some granite countertops in that bitch. All right, man. So I think that was good. I don't know. What else can we say about WordPress themes? Like what you look for? I think that's it. For me, those are the big ones. I'm just looking to see if it can do what I want it to do, right? Because it's so frustrating when you're working on your site and then one little thing don't work, right? And it just screws up the whole thing, and you get so frustrated, and you're like, screw it. I'm just going to get Squarespace and drag and drop shit because it's too hard. But I think if you do enough research in the beginning, and you kind of you create an environment where it's harder to make mistakes, so really be clear about what you need your site to do. Like it's easy to be razzle dazzled by fancy animations and parallax and fancy shit, but if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, okay, and serve your needs as whatever industry you're in, then it's not good. So you gotta move on and find something else. So, and of course, you can always ask us, right? I'm at Megan J Photo.
I'm at EMIPTV
on Twitter. So you can tweet us if you have any questions. If you're stumped on picking a template, we have a bunch of recommendations, no affiliation, in the description below. So thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Let me get this point Friday. Before you close it out.
Go
real
ahead.
Quick.
Go ahead.
If you use WordPress and you don't want to necessarily go with theme, because themes can be buggy. Those 5 themes or whatever that comes with it, those are solid themes. Like there's nothing wrong with those. Do you agree with that? Like they work like they're supposed to work. And you can kind
of, but they don't really, for me, they don't offer any of my ability to show who I am.
That's true.
So they do work. If you're looking for those 5 themes, they work. They show work. Like if you're a writer, like that'll roll for you.
Yeah, it would.
It'll roll for you.
It would.
But most likely what's going to happen is you're going to drop a little bit of money for a theme, and I don't think it's that much. It's not like some themes, like they want like $300 for a template. Like, really? It's a template. So I would say my theme that I'm using right now for Getting the Lab, that was $63. They've got an amazing support system over there. Again, not affiliated. Amazing backend when it's working. But it could do everything that I need it to do and my needs as a content creator. So I'll dig it.
That's all you asked for, right?
Yeah. So yeah, good things. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate it here on Good Shit Friday. We'll see you tomorrow on the Weekend Warrior. And once again, my name is Megan.
I'm Dre, EMIPTV.
And reminding you to get in the lab. Okay. See you next time. Peace out.